G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the rear brakes. I've got new brake rotors, new drum shoes, a whole wheel bearing kit from Terrain Tamer. So stick it around, it'll be a good one. Cheers. So it's not like all the clean ones that you see people replacing online. This would be just like, you know, an actual clucked out one that I have to fix. Man. Look at all that. So, alright. I win. There's the before. Alright, first thing to get this hub off. This gives us better access to all the brake components where we can clean up, replace. I'm actually going to pull the entire assembly off, give it a full clean and put it back together. So I'm going to go ahead, get this bad boy off. The other thing I wanted to mention, every part that comes off will be coming into its parts. You can see I've labelled it because I have already done the other side. So when I do this side, each part comes off, gets labelled, and I actually use this to clean all the parts as well. Brake cleaner, degreaser, and a bit of WD-40 in here. Shake it all about, give everything a big scrub with a toothbrush, and it all goes back on nice and clean. I'm like using no effort to get this in. The idea isn't to, you know, crack it. I'm just trying to get in there. And there we go. Real quick, have a look. This is the old brake drum. So you got a big dirty crack there. We're missing a piece here. Absolutely shagged, as you would say. Oh boy. There are a couple of lock nuts in here. You just have to find them through the shit. Now when you take this off, I've got a bucket underneath because when I did the last one, the actual lock nut ring that sits behind this actually fell out with the old bearing, and I actually threw it out by accident. I didn't notice. So, and watching another pretty popular video of someone doing this, they didn't mention or even show the washer or lock nut, whatever it is, in the video, and I actually got a little bit confused for a minute about what it was and what I was looking for. So I'll show you what it is, just so you can see. This one stayed in there, so that's good. Just be able to take the whole half off here. Pick it up. Here it is. So that little bad boy there, that's got to stay in there. While my gobs are filthy, I'm actually going to pull all this apart. Like I said, this gets filled, my box gets filled with all the good stuff, and we'll get this all nice and all the parts cleaned up together. Then I'll show you how to knock the racers out and put the new ones in. This spring down here is under so much tension. I'm sort of able to nudge the spring so it sits on the brake. It's so hard to see, but and then once it sort of sits in there, you can sort of just, there you go. Alright, so here's a close-up. Jesus Christ. Alright, this thing comes off. 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts come off. These are torqued pretty heavily, actually. I think it was a 133 Newton meters of torque on these bolts. So I definitely need to make sure I use a torque wrench to put these back up. And I have a new gasket, new dust seal to go back on this. So I'll get this off, and then that's all the parts we need for cleaning. Alright, the only other thing I failed to mention was this handbrake cable. So pull out this pin and that can come out, and this comes off. Now, in the meantime, I'm now going to put the new brake cylinder on this just to stop it leaking while I take the box away to start cleaning all these parts. Alright, let's go. So the one thing I can say about using degreaser is to wear gloves. I destroyed my hands when I did this last time because I did not wear gloves. So gloves are your friend. Secondly, just a strong brush. Doesn't have to be a wire brush, just something to get into all the good stuff. So now, this. My lid's my cap's broken. Anyway, brake cleaner. Let's go. And it's broken. Well, alright. Time to knock all these out. So, we've got a big seal, a wheel bearing, and 2 races still in there. So we don't care about them, we just don't want to destroy the hub. So nice and carefully on the outer ring, grease on everything still. Why does Mr. Landcruiser make this look so easy? You convinced me that this wasn't a problem. Yeah, you'll be able to do it. No worries. Run in. Out. 2 races. So on the insides of these hubs, where the races sit, if you're trying to get it out, there's 2 little checkouts that you can actually get a good grip on the racer. And it does need a bit of push. Alright. Ow!
A few moments later.
Oh! Fuck! Alright, I'm fucking busting out the big guns. Fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've gone to this part of the build and you're doing this yourself, then you've made it past the hardest point. Getting those things out is the shittest thing ever. Alright, more cleanup time. Alright, gloves on. Man, terrain tamer have been so good. Really, they have been so good. Oh, that's the trick. To get this racer, new racer, in. Alright, so to get this new racer in, small side to small side. This is the old racer, by the way. I'm not hitting hard, you can see that. It's nice and easy. And I'm going around to make sure it sits in evenly. I don't want it to go, I want it to go, you know, like Now I'm going to flip and go fat side. Reason is this will eventually get stuck in there as well. So giving myself that lip there, I can just gently tap it back out. If I keep it this way, I've got no edge to grab on the inside, and this got stuck for me on the last one. So I'm going to try fat edge this time. That way I can keep doing it this way without damaging the new racer. And if it gets stuck, I can flip it over, gently tap the old racer back out, and we're hunky-dory. If only they came out this easy, right? Is nearly there, not quite. There's that sound change. Right, so back with the old buster, but it's still. And we're gonna. That is 10 times easier than last time. I got this stuck and I spent 45 minutes trying to get this one out. So that's a really cool idea. I'm sure I'm not the first to think of it. And that's seated. Alright, let's pack some bearings. This is a definite wear gloves moment. This goes everywhere. Alright, one done. You know, as people get a lot more of these cars, and everyone's getting them on historic plates now, that it kind of bums me out, because I jumped on Vic roads because I'm in Victoria, and there are a lot of custom number plates that would suit 60 series Land Cruisers that are available, including, and I can't believe it, HJ60 is an available number plate. This isn't petty, so obviously not, but someone needs to get on that, man, and have HJ60 number plates. That'd be sick. And that one's done. Come on. Alright. Let's do it. I'm going to give this just a quick wipe down. Alright. Little box of goodies. We're going to order everything we take off. Everything from just the slightest little bits to, you know, big bulky pieces. So straight up, this little, trying to flick it away. One, there is a retaining spring here. So we'll just, same old deal. We're just going to push that like that. There she is. 2, 3. I'm still going to put this in the box even though we get a replacement one anyway. This one. And this can come apart. Now I am going to split all this up. So one, we've got 2 little washer feet. And this comes off. Alright. So, 1, 2. Alright, and then back in the order that we started. So, that one, like that. We're going to get this, put that in that, but before we do this, like that. So, this bad boy goes over both of these with the tip pointing upwards. This bad boy is going to go in here. Right, working backwards, we've got this fella. I do, sorry, underside so we don't catch anything. So to look more and more like what we want. Alright, new seat clip, which will be in the front. Just listen. Okay. Sweet. Alright, then this bad boy on top. Flip over. See this up. Over and shut it into position. There you go. He goes in there like that. The lower spring, which we did take off earlier, but we can put, so this needs to go behind the springs like that. Look, it's probably going to come off, but it's alright. We'll get it on. Alright, I'm going to show you remounting this now. 1, 2, them behind there. Oh. Right. So that spring came off. Yeah. This just looks so much better. I mean, just look at that. Compare that to what we had before, which, you know, it's all done right. Well, I hope I've done it right. I mean, I'm sure there's a mechanic out there rolling over in hysterics at me. Probably a friend of mine. But we're on the right track. So, next up, this bad boy goes on. Other bearing, this bad boy goes in. The lock nut is in. We're just going to Alright, so it says to sort of, you know, jack them in, back them off a little bit, jack them in, back them off a little bit. So I'm just going to do that. Oh. I don't want to do all this and then someone's like, ooh, you've given me wrong advice. I'm not giving advice. I'm just showing you what I've been doing. Alright, I'm going to put the these drum brake holders, spring retainer springs, I think they're called. Alright, gasket, clean that half axle, put it back in, and then we can start talking about it. Alright, cone washers, normal washers, and then we'll get this down to torque size, put the new rotor on, and then it's just bleeding brakes, which I'm not going to do in this episode, because this episode will be pretty long already, so let's go. Brand new. Handbrake cable. Handbrake cable needs to go on. I have no bolts left in my box, which is great. That is always a good thing. I might back this off a little bit. Just because I got new brake rotors going on. Not brake drums, sorry. No. next episode's going to be a good one. We're going to be changing all the lights on the car. So we've got front lights, back lights, and an LED bar. So yeah, stick around. Cheers. I couldn't remember where I left my Pepsi. And cheers.